CNN is engulfed in something of a scandal tonight about ethics and accuracy that gets right to the heart of what they do. Michael Cohen's lawyer, Lanny Davis, now claims that he fed this story to CNN. Watch.
Well, Chris, tonight, sources with knowledge tell myself and Carl that Michael Cohen claims that then-candidate Donald Trump knew in advance about the June 2016 meeting in Trump Tower in which Russians were expected to offer his campaign dirt on Hillary Clinton. Crucially, these sources tell us that Cohen is willing to make that assertion to the special counsel, Robert Mueller. I should say that contacted by CNN, one of Cohen's attorneys, that is Lanny Davis, he declined to comment. And of course, Chris, I know you're speaking to Rudy Giuliani, the president's attorney, and I'll leave his response to you.
So on July 26, CNN said with a straight face that Lanny Davis did not comment on the story. That was a lie. Not only did he comment, he was a main source. He admits that now. He also says that he can't actually corroborate most of the story.
You said that Michael Cohen was present for a meeting with then-candidate Trump and his son Don Jr. about the Trump Tower meeting. This is obviously an incredibly important issue. You've also said that Michael Cohen testified truthfully to the Senate Intelligence Committee, and according to the chair and the vice chair of the committee, he told them that he had no knowledge of the meeting until he saw it in the press. How can both those things be true? Either he knew about the meeting or he didn't know about the meeting.
Well, I think the reporting of the story got mixed up, and in the course of a criminal investigation, we were not the source of the story.
Keep in mind, the network slogan is facts first. Well, not tonight. CNN seems unembarrassed by these revelations and is standing by the story, whatever that means. They say they have additional sources supporting the story, just not the lawyer for the man at the center of the story, who, of course, would know. Odd. Glenn Greenwald is a journalist and a founder of The Intercept, and he joins us tonight. Glenn, what do we make of this story?
I find it to be, and obviously this is a high bar, one of the most humiliating and scandalous moments in the entire media behavior of the Trump-Russia saga. You know, I've been on your show to talk about a lot of these humiliating moments, and this might be one of the worst ones yet. Keep in mind that in addition to all the facts that you just said, what's so crucial about this is that after Lanny Davis went on CNN with Anderson Cooper, and to Anderson Cooper's shock, admitted that everything CNN had been breathlessly hyping is true, was actually false, namely that Michael Cohen was there when Trump learned about the Trump Tower meeting in advance. The Washington Post and the New York Post listened to that and they said, wait a minute, we independently confirmed CNN stories based on an anonymous source, and our anonymous source was Lanny Davis, who's now saying the whole thing is false. So they did what they had to do and what they should have done, which is they retracted the story. They outed their own source. They said our anonymous source is Lanny Davis, and we now retract it because he says it's false. CNN couldn't do that because they lied to the entire world. They said, as you just played, that they tried to get a hold of Lanny Davis and he refused to comment, when in fact, of course, Lanny Davis was also their source, and they don't want to admit that they lied to the world, so they can't retract the story, and they can't admit they lied, so they're just continuing to stick to what everybody knows is a lie, but not many people care because people think, a lot of people anyway, that it was done for the right political agenda.
So, I mean, it seems kind of stunning that they could continue to claim that they're not retracting. I mean, there is a pretext for not retracting it, according to them, which is that they have other sources who are telling them that this happened. But wouldn't Lanny Davis, as the personal attorney of the man at the center of the story, wouldn't he kind of be the most basic of all sources?
I mean, it makes no sense, right? I mean, theoretically, it's possible, I guess, like in the most theoretical sense, that Michael Cohen is telling, Carl Bernstein or Wolf Blitzer or whoever on the side something that he's then having his lawyer go and deny, which is, oh no, I do have dirt on Trump and I'm going to tell it to Robert Mueller, and then having his lawyer go and deny that. I guess that's theoretically true, but of course that didn't happen. What other sources could CNN possibly have, given what the claim is? The claim is Michael Cohen intends to go and tell Robert Mueller that he was there when Trump got advance knowledge of the Trump Tower meeting. If Lanny Davis is saying his own client has denied that under oath to Congress twice, both last year and then again after the CNN meeting, how could any other source possibly be in a position to dispute that? It's ludicrous, the entire posture of CNN.
So very quickly, we're almost out of time, but you've been in journalism a long time, so give us some context. Doesn't CNN have some kind of obligation to viewers to explain what this is all about?
That, to me, is the real issue. Journalists rightly demand transparency from powerful institutions. That's our job.
Yes.
But how can CNN have any credibility to do that when you call them and ask them what happened here, as I did and everyone else did, and they say, talk to our PR spokesperson, who then refuses to answer any questions? They have zero credibility if they don't provide transparency themselves.
Amen. That is the standard. I hope we can all live up to it. Glenn Greenwald, thank you very much for that.